Welcome to the channel. I'm a little out of frame. I'm sick. Got back from Tfcon. Had a little bit of a tickle. Went to bed last night. Had a bit of a head. Woke up this morning. Wasn't going to work. Went to work yesterday. So this is my recap video. Everybody does recap videos. I'm going to do recap videos. And I'm going to show off the cool stuff I got. But first, before I get into that, I want to thank everybody who came by and talked to me. Everybody who... The few people who knew I was. And, you know, it's kind of the running joke because nobody knows who I am, and that's okay with me. I will take your picture with my friends. So I got into Baltimore Friday morning. Pretty much morning. I don't live far. I live like an hour away. So I got in, got my room, got all that stuff set up and good to go, and waited for Patriot Prime to show up because he was rooming with me. Met a lot of cool people, shook some hands. It was pretty neat. So I will transition into things I bought as I tell this story. Or not even things I bought, things that I acquired. So first things first. When Patriot Prime was able to come, because he didn't think he'd be able to come this year, but he ended up getting off, and he was able to come. So when he came, I said, yo, I got a 2-bed hotel. You come crash with me. At one point, conversation came up of like, you know, hey, what do I owe you? And I said what I usually say. I'm like, just give me something cool. I already paid for it. Not really worried about the money. I don't really worry about money. It's cool. Just give me something cool. So he did give me a couple of cool things. Call it as payment for the room. So the first thing he gave me, because I love them, is a box of blockies. And I don't have the Golden Lagoon set of blockies, and now I'm very happy. So the only real sets I need now is the TF1. And I'm going to order that. I'm going to order that from Show Z. I need the TF1 set, and then I will have all of the ones so far that I want. I'm hoping there's coming out with more. Plus the big Megatron that's coming out that I found out about right after the blockies video. That'll be cool. But he also gave me, and I have a lot of Optimus Primes, like many of us collectors do, different kinds, different styles. I've never had a real MP Optimus Prime. I don't think I own a real MP anything. I think the closest I have is a knockoff Trax that's better than the MP version, because the MP version has plastic wheels and my knockoff has rubber wheels. But I've never had an MP. He gave me an MP44. Which is super awesome, because I've never had an MP44, never had an MP Prime, and this will look great once I get the Prime shelf all good up. Another big Prime. Can't argue with that. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Patriot Prime. Since I was rooming with him, I also was the first to receive his tech spec card, which Raz needed. He wanted some of these tech spec things. I've never put these up for sale because they're, let's call it cost prohibitive. The amount of time it takes to clean these up, and the amount of time it takes to print them and stuff, and what I would want for them, I don't know that anybody would pay it. Maybe I'll list them one day and see if anybody buys them and just have some on hand. But he wanted some, so I printed a couple batches of them, and since I had a couple extras, because he wanted an off number from how I print them in batches, I made a couple extras of these, one for me, because I knew I was going to steal one of his tech spec cards, and one for Patriot Prime. So if you go look at his video, that's where he got this, but he says so. So that is the Patriot Prime tech spec card with the frame. Also, ran into, as I was meeting up with all the friends and stuff, there was Extra Zero had an old tripod that he wasn't using anymore, which is, I needed one because the stand-up tripod I have is like electrical taped together. Because I'm weird, and things I need, sometimes I try to like save money on, but then I will waste money, as you will see. Being an adult is hard, okay? So he gave me a new tripod for stand-up stuff, so I can try to do some more, like maybe overhead shots or stuff like that instead of the stuff I usually do. So met up with him, started meeting up with everybody else, as our kind of friend group started coming in. Engineer Hoist, and Kato, and Deluxe, and Zero, and and Rodimus when he finally got there, or maybe he was there before I was. I don't remember. This is whatever's wrong with me has me kind of plus medicine. And we all kind of hung out in the lobby the first night. I brought down some prints. I was trying to kind of sell some stuff because I have these little mini rollers now. They're not just downsized; they're actually different. Made these little mini rollers and figured out that nobody wants earrings, but those keychains sold fast. So be looking for those on the Etsy store because I will definitely make more of those keychains. People really seem to enjoy them, and I'll do more colors. I'll do a lot more colors. I mean, why not? I mean, it's a keychain. Get them for anybody. Get a pink one or a purple one or a black one, a white one, a gray one, the other classic blue one. So I'm definitely gonna print off a whole bunch of these and buy some keychain kits and put them together and make it sell keychains. So while I was walking around that night, though, the first night I ran into there's somebody at the con that they sell these amazing custom Tarn masks. And I met her last year in Orlando, but they were all gone by then because apparently these things sell out in about 10 minutes. And she was working on them, and she had one where the resin had messed up. It like had bubbled up on the surface, and so she had just taken it outside with a hammer and like a screwdriver and chipped it all away. And it looked so cool. Like normally when she makes them, they have a couple of like lines across the eyes or whatever. This thing's got like massive cracks and like it looked amazing. But she wouldn't sell me one that night because they weren't finished. I get it. We'll circle back. So hung out with everybody. God, we went to bed at like 2 in the morning. We went back up to the room, but then it's kind of like when you're in high school and like, or elementary school and your friend sleeps over and you get to bed and then you start talking. And that is basically what me and Patriot Prime did until like 1, 2 in the morning before we finally crashed. Which was nice. Especially for somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of adult time other than like my employees or my boss. Like I go to work and I have employees and then I have my boss. And then I come home with the kids and I don't have a lot of social interactions with adults. I don't have time. Like I don't date. Like, I'm single. Single dad. I don't date. I don't have time for it, and it's drama. So that was nice. So then we got up super early. We got up like 6:30 on Saturday, so that we could get all of our stuff together and get down and have breakfast. If you ever stay at that Baltimore hotel, the Baltimore Hilton, Baltimore Inner Harbor Hilton, do not go to breakfast there. Go somewhere else. I don't care where. Walk to the gas station. Do not go to breakfast there. Not only was the one of the worst buffets I've ever had, $26 a person, and all I got was some scrambled eggs, a couple pieces of bacon, and a slice of toast. I had to get my own coffee. They're supposed to come around and bring you coffee. I had to go find the guy. I'd be like, where do I fill this up? And then he like went to the machine, put it in a carafe, moved the carafe 4 inches, poured it in my cup. I only got 1 cup of coffee. Anybody who knows me knows that was a sip. I drink a pot of coffee a day, minimum. That's one downside to the whole trip. I did not have the caffeine intake I needed. So, and then me and Jason ate, our Patriot Prime, me and him ate. Didn't realize that they had like broken the bill out, but I didn't read it right. And it was like, here's the 2 breakfast buffets, $26 a person. Here's a added gratuity. Here's like tax. Underneath it, it wanted gratuity. Now, I'm one of those people, I don't really look at the bill. When I go to a restaurant and I buy stuff, or when I go to a restaurant and I order our food and stuff, unless there was something wrong and they needed to take something off, I don't look at the bill. I don't look at the bill. I hand them my card. I'm not whining and dining. I already ate the food. So when I go to a restaurant to give me the bill, I hand them a card. They come back. I sign the thing. The only time I look at even the total is to figure out the tip amount. And I usually tip pretty well. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, Jesus, this is expensive. Tip amount's going to be a little high too. So I think at the end, for 2 people, it was like $75. Come to find out from when like Cato and his wife and Deluxe went and ate, and theirs was even way more, that they had added gratuity to the check and then asked for gratuity again. Never again. We did go to Pickles Pub, which is like right next door to the hotel. Anybody ever watches this from Pickles Pub or goes around there and wants a good place to eat, go to Pickles Pub. That place was great. The service is awesome. The food was good. The drink stayed full. Like, I like it. And I don't usually like bar atmospheres, but it's got like a bar, and then it's got like a side part that has like where families can eat. Awesome. So shout out to Pickles Pub. That was at lunchtime though. So rewind back, went to go get in line. We'd already pre-registered the night before. I already seen the exclusives. I didn't buy any of them. I didn't want any of them. The Rat Bat tape, Senator Rat Bat. Okay, fine. You're just milking the damn the cassette mold for the humanoid robots at this point. If it would have been a bat, I would have bought it. I had no interest in the Optimus. I had no interest in any of the other ones. I'm not building a big multicolored. I didn't need the helicopter. I don't remember. I did want one of the pins. Didn't realize I had to pre-buy them. They wouldn't sell them. Never found them. Didn't get the pins. Or the lanyard. I would have got a lanyard. I like lanyards. I have to wear badges at work all the time, so my lanyards get worn out, and then I need new ones. And I hate the ones that have the little lock in the back because it rubs back your neck. They suck. So we go to get in line to go into the dealer room, right? And we go up, and the lady's like, "Did you pre-register?" Yeah, we registered yesterday. And she goes, "All right, that line." And we walked and walked and walked. I thought I was walking Jason home. I thought we were going to West Virginia. Then a guy stopped me because he saw my wristband was checkered, and he goes, "Oh, no, you come with me." All right. So then we start walking right back, and I'd almost got to the end of the line, I think. It might have curved around more. And we start walking, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting escorted by like staff, like I'm in trouble or something, and the guy's just like, excuse me, and I'm like, peasants. Joking, I didn't say that. And Jason was just like, well, I'm going to go downstairs, because he did not have one of the checkered badges. That was for the premium weekend pass holders. He just had a regular pass holder purple badge, or wristband. So he went downstairs to go hang out. And I got taken all the way to a very short line at the very front for all the premium people that they get in first. That's pretty awesome. And that's where I saw like Deluxe and Zero in them. They were already in that line. So then we go in, and I beelined it to the Artist Alley section where I knew she would be selling those masks. So the very first thing I bought at Tfcon is this custom resin Tarn mask, and it's got foam, it's got straps with a buckle, and normally they don't have this much broken damage to them. Normally that's not how these look. Normally it's just these scratches over the eyes. And look at that thing. So I got there, I was the second person. I got there, they didn't even have brought them all down. They weren't all finished. And I said, look, let me pay you now. I know where you'll be all weekend. I'll probably see you later. Let me buy it from you now. Pay you now. You know which one I want, because we talked about this last night. And she knows who I am because we met in Orlando last year. And, you know, I was giving out rollers and stuff like that. So, I mean, she knew who I was. I talked to her last year. So she agreed. And I think, I'm not sure if that was her boyfriend that was with her or what. I don't know what their deal is. But I think he kind of agreed too. Like, go ahead and do it. Like, why not? And then I just had to meet up with her later to get the mask. So I have this Tarn mask, which is definitely getting hung up on the wall. This thing is beautiful. They're not cheap. They're handmade. That's what you get. But I am the proud owner of one that is even more unique than any of the other ones that she makes due to the damage. Because they usually don't look like this. And I had to have it. Because you know me, I like weird stuff, and the weirder the better, and this was awesome. So this is getting hung up on the wall. I think I'm going to make a 3D printed mount for it for the wall. And it's going to have, where it's going to hang is going to be like this, sort of, some way, for red eyes. That'll be cool. So then I started shopping. There's a couple other places I always hit at Tfcon that I realize now, and any of these places that I can find links for, I'll put them in here before I post the video. But there's a lady who makes, oddly enough, there's a lady who makes these plushies. She makes tons of Transformers plushies. Everybody probably knows her. Oddly enough, I've actually been buying things from her for like 12 years without ever knowing it was the same person on Etsy, because she also, and there's ones up there, but I can't reach them. was making for a long time. She was making these plushies that was different animals in red and black. So it was like pen pool, it was a penguin. Goat pool was a goat. And so my ex and I used to kind of get these things for each other. We would order them off Etsy and she would send them. And then two and two together, last year I figured out it's the same person because she had one of the ones that I had bought from her like 10 years ago. I was like, wait a minute. So I got the kids a couple, but I had to get me something. And so I got a plushie Skylynx. Handmade. It has more posability than Super 7. And it's like felt plush. It's awesome. And I get one from, at least one of these from her every time I see her. So I had to get this. It will go in the special place. I have all the Dinobots. I have some like Shockwave, Bumblebee, a couple of things like that the girls have. I don't think I've gotten to actually keep any of them, but I'm keeping this one. I got them stuff too. They've got them. So it's like a Petro Rabbit and like a Cyber Fox or something. I got them for them. Oh, and a Ravage, not in cassette mode, but in cat mode. One of the kids got one of those. So this is the plushie. Then as I start going around, I start buying things. And one of the first things I bought, and I'm going to pull the bag over here and open the bag. And there's a bit of a story behind this that's unfortunate. So it's almost complete. I bought the reissue Power Master Optimus Prime with God Bomber. There's more in the bag. I was super happy. I got a really good deal. Like, I think I got a good deal on it. It's the Toys R Us reissue. The chest looks awesome. I've seen a lot of them where the chrome here is jacked. Haikyuu looks great. Took it down after I was done kind of shopping that round, and I'll show a couple other things I bought before I went down in a second. But I got down and I went and sat in the lobby, and I was playing with him, and I will show you what I did. So I was looking at the Optimus part, which everybody knows, you just slide the Optimus out of the trailer. I'm looking at the Optimus. Now the Optimus, if you don't have this in here, there's a thing you have to kind of press. Wait, you're gonna, to get the wheels, the legs to fold down, right? And then you fold down the knees, and then you rotate the feet. And the feet were so hard that I rotated them, and I mean, it's still hard now with just one, but in rotating them, oh, there we go. In rotating them, I snapped this one off. Snapped it right off. Then I realized that it was actually missing one thing. It's missing one of the little red wings, but I don't really care. So this will now forever, and was always going to be, let's be honest, be in Gaijinrai, or Super Mode. Forever. Because I broke the shit out of it. Not his fault. It had one more little flaw to it that I didn't notice when I bought it. Like the tip to the hitch is actually stuck in him. I don't really care about that. It was never going to be in truck mode. It was always going to be in this mode and go with the Hall of Primes. But I definitely broke him. And I mean, I owned him for 5 minutes and I broke him. So be careful with your G1s, even the little bit newer plastic reissues. Be careful with the G1s. So the other thing I bought was, there was actually two things that I would say was on my wish list, on my grail, right? So I wanted a G1 Fort Max. Never had one. I love huge toys, huge bots. I needed one. I never had one. And I would take a KO. Like, I'm not that guy, right? Like, I have a KO G1 Metroplex. Looks cool. Looks awesome. I'm fine with that. I've got other stuff that's kind of KO. My Dinobots. Some of my Dinobots, my G1 Dinobots, are KOs. Some of them are original. I still have all the pieces. The chrome looks brand new. Those won't go in front of camera because I'm not taking them out of the case. But I don't mind buying KOs. I just want the thing for the thing. I don't care as much about, well, this isn't authentic, or you're supporting knockoff. Yeah, I'm supporting the knockoff of a 40-year-old toy. Yep, that if Hasbro ain't gonna make it, I'm gonna buy it somewhere else. But I was only willing to spend about $600 because if I remembered right, that's about what they used to go for. Not this round. The cheapest one I saw, I think, was $650. Most expensive was $1250. Sadly, I will be checking eBay for that. But there was one other thing that I said I needed. So at one point, I had Larkin of Larkin's Lair, buddy of mine, had all of the Gigapower Dinobots except for Slag. I bought them off of him. The big ones. Shipped from Hawaii. Was not really willing to spend $600 on Gigapower Slag. And there's a thing going on with, like, there was a pre-order up for the reissue, but I don't think it's happening. And a lot of people just canceled it. You can't pre-order it anymore last time I tried. So I was like, if I find a Gigapower Slag, I'm buying it. And I found a booth. And I look in the back of the booth, and I see the box. And I have completed my Gigapower collection with a Gigapower Slag. We talked a little bit about it. I would say the condition is definitely in displayed condition, probably somewhere humid. I've got to do some cleanup. Some of the chrome has some of that yellowing on it, but I can fix them. Whereas the ones I got from Larkin never left the box. They were perfect. This one's not quite so perfect, but I only paid $300 for it. Was the only one at Tfcon. I looked at every booth. Nobody else had one. So I finally completed my Gigapower Dinobots. Super happy with that. Now the problem with having a goal, once you meet the goal, you're like, well, what do I want now? I buy everything I want. Literally, if I want something, I just buy it. One way or another, or I talk myself out of it. So then it's kind of the little, like, buying little things here and there, right? So as of, like, little things I bought a Power Master Jazz. Or wait, it's not a Pretender, it's a Power Master. The non-transforming Jazz, because he looked cool, and he wasn't expensive. And I was like, that's neat. I like the way this looks. I just want this for the shelf. It's not perfect by any means, but I want it. So I bought Jazz. No connection to it, I just wanted it. People will start figuring out that there's a figure I will buy every time I see one. And I had to get another Scattershot. The one in my video, one of these is broken. This one, I've been messing with it all weekend to get this to work right, and until I rip it apart, it's not going to work right. There are parts of this that don't look as good as they do on the one I have, so I'm going to do some Frankensteining to fix the one that I have, and then I'm going to see if I can get some Toy Hack stickers to replace the stickers, because both of them have gnarly stickers. I don't need the full combiner. I never had the full combiner, but I had him, and I used to love putting him in gun battery mode and shooting down my other toys and playing with him that way. And then at some point, I figured out he becomes Dickatron, and that is the only way I ever display these now. And if you don't know what that is, because I think it's goddamn hilarious, I will show everyone right now Dickatron. And that's how mine's displayed. I love Scattershot. Alright, so there's Scattershot. I also bought the Power... Is the Power Links? I don't remember. It's the funky Dinobots. There's like one is an actual robot that transforms, and the other ones are just limbs. I never had these, and I wanted them because I have there's a section for Dinobots. These would look nice, so I got these. Again, no connection to them. I just wanted them. That's not everything I bought. What else did I buy? Oh, I also managed to get. I don't remember his name either. Is it Fangry? Whatever. Not Fangry. I don't remember his name. So I got this guy. He doesn't have his wings. He doesn't have his gun. So I walked up to the guy and I was like, dude, how much? He said 25. I said, and I saw when he had complete. I said, how much is the one that's complete? He said 150. And I said, I'll take this one because I don't care and I can print wings if I really want. He does have his tails. They're just pain in the ass to collect. But he sparks really well. Like I showed this to Patriot Prime and he goes, does the spark work? And I hit this and he was shocked. It sparks like day one. Really cool. I also met, I think it might have been Friday night, a boy named Daniel, who we had met last year at Orlando. And apparently he has now gotten into resin printing, and he had one of these just for me, which is super awesome, and I think that's why it's got a green carabiner. He gave me a Key to Vector Sigma, resin printed and painted. Paint's a little fresh. I'm gonna get a little high. But he had printed one of these to bring for me, because when he saw me standing with Jason, he gave Jason his, or Patriot Prime his, and he was like, "Oh, Fire Docs!" And then he went through and he specifically pulled this one out. So I think he pulled this one out because of the green carabiner, because of the logo, which is awesome. So I have my own Key to Vector Sigma. So if you ever watch this, make sure I get your name right. Daniel, thank you, buddy. So that was cool. We hung out. We ended up getting some dinner. I think we went back to the pub. We went to the pub and got dinner, I think. I don't remember. But it was also ate a lot, and I don't eat much because of my medication. I don't really eat a lot. I'm not really hungry. So we all hung out, and we started hitting some of the room parties, which I'd never actually done before, and I was like, but I had to go get the mask, and she had given me I guess her room was doing a room party too, so I went up to her room to get the mask, and then we kind of started hitting some of the other room parties. So the only thing I bought at one of the room parties, and I've always wanted one of these stupid things, and it's the Incredible Hulk Transformer that's a tank, and has these, you see him here, has these huge hands. He's got great big old punching hands. And I always wanted one of these, and the dude only wanted $10. Now, there's a story. The guy was really nice, and I think he was one of the guys who, I think when I saw him later, he was working like the show, like he was a volunteer. We hit these room parties. We go back down to the lobby. We're hanging out. I got already put away everything I was trying to sell, so we're just hanging out. And I realized, I don't have my phone. Where's my phone? Now, I have a watch, and I'm not wearing it right now. I have a watch. It's not connected to my phone. So it's got to be far enough away that I'm not connected to it. Shit. At one point, I had gone down to the parking garage with Kato to get a big box of toys for his toy drive. He was gracious enough to let me just give them to him to take down, because the box was big enough it was going to cost me over $100 to ship. And I would have shipped it, but I was going to see him anyway, so here's the box. So I ran out of the parking garage, and I checked my truck. I checked the parking garage. I checked where Kato's vehicle was. Checked the elevators. Could not find it. For some reason, didn't dawn on me to call it. So I was sitting next to Rodimus Primal. He called my cell phone. Somebody answered. Somebody answered saying, "Are you looking for your phone?" Which was a little bit weird, but whatever. And then Rodimus Primal said, "I'm looking for his phone, yes." "Okay, I found your phone. It was on the bed. I'll bring it down." The guy comes down. Apparently, when I picked this up, I set my cell phone down, which is not something I do anywhere outside of home. I lose my phone at home all the time. Set it down, forget where to put it. But I apparently had traded him a phone for a $10 toy. And he was nice enough to run it back down to me. And I was like, thank you so much, thank you so much. So I got my phone back. So Saturday night, and I did get a few more things, but I'll get into Saturday night. So Saturday night, I had 3 bins of toys that I needed to get rid of. A lot of this is, I have a tendency to pre-order from multiple. There's a running joke, if you've ever watched this on the streams, I will pre-order something from 3 different stores, forget, and get all of them, and then I'm like, do you guys need any? A lot of times, if the guys forget to pre-order something, they can count on I've got it. I've got something to ship out to Larkin right now. But it's starting to build up, and I have a storage unit with all my toys because they won't fit in my house, because I had to sacrifice my display for all my printers. So I had 3 giant totes full of toys, and some 3D print stuff, some new and some from last year, like the aisle rollers, and the new keychains and earrings, and just mini rollers themselves. So I go downstairs and I get set up, and I'm like the first person setting up. After I waited until the dealer room was closed, because there's a sign that said, it was like a Tfcon rule. It wasn't a hotel rule. It was a Tfcon rule. No selling in the lobby. I took that as no selling in the lobby during the show. I do know one person who tried to set up, and the hotel staff ran him off because of that sign. I don't know what time he was trying to set up. Maybe that was a thing. Well, they didn't run me off, and I took up a massive table, and I put out everything. I had a tote full of just loose stuff, go through it. I had a bunch of stuff still in box, my 3D printed stuff, and then I set up all of my make-your-own rollers from last year at the end of the table. And anybody who came up and bought anything, I said, go make a roller, free. I also was yelling, fire sale, I'm cheap and easy, make me an offer to everybody who came up, because I'm cheap and easy, and I just wanted this stuff gone. And I think I freaked out a lot of people, because somebody would walk up and they'd pick up something out of the bin and they'd say, would you take 15? I said, no, but I'll take 10. Now, of course, part of this, I want people to go tell people, I'm selling shit dirt cheap. I let stuff go for $1. I let a new in-box figure go for 25 cents. I'm not kidding. Ask Fishy. He bought it. 25 cents. I took his last quarter. The only stuff I had real prices on was there was a few things. Like I had the Tarn Cliff Jumper Squeeze Play 4-pack. There's a minimum I'm going to take for that, right? I think I sold him for I sold that set I think for like 60. I had 2 of them. I don't need 2 of them. Take it. I had one of the, is it Jax, Jada, the Chinese Lunar Rover Optimus Primes. I bought 2 of them. I wanted one for vehicle mode, one for robot mode. I don't really like the robot mode, so I'm just going to have them in vehicle mode. So I had another one that I had never even opened and sitting there. I sold that to somebody, I want to say, for $80. I know what they go for. I don't care. I had 6 of the Legacy Nemesis Optimus Prime tanker trucks in the box. I sold those for $5 a piece. In the dealer room, they were going for $45 to $90. So some people are you serious? Yeah, take it. I don't want it. I got them at Ross for $16 because I was going to either do giveaways or I was going to maybe customize them a little bit. And I didn't. Get them the hell out of here. A lot of other stuff. I actually only brought home about half a tote worth of stuff. There was a few loose things nobody wanted, Bayverse stuff. Haha, go figure. That I don't want either. And some of my printed stuff. Not all. I had a bunch of the Grimlock swords of all the different colors and stuff like that, and the miniguns. I sold a few. I sold out on all the aisle rollers. I sold the keychains. I gave away a couple sets of the earrings. One set I gave to Patriot Prime for his wife. The other set I gave to Kato's wife. Like, just here. I give stuff away. If kids were walking up and they were little kids and they didn't really have any money, I basically just let them take stuff. I didn't really care. The rule was you could build a roller if you bought something, unless you were a little kid. A little kid walked up, I'd be like, hey man, go make a roller. I had stickers, I gave out stickers. I had people make rollers. Okay. So after all that, and the room parties, and all that stuff, we go to bed. We get up for Sunday. Now Sunday was a little bit different because Patriot Prime had his Frank Welker autograph. There was also the panel. I was not part of the panel, but I was there. And then it was mostly just, let's see what's in the dealer room. So now I'll go through the rest of the things I bought. And why I'm insane. So you already saw him. So I did get a couple of G1 Headmasters. He does have his Headmaster. He's not broken. No weapon, don't care. I did get him. He does not have one of his guns. I'll have to buy his other gun because you need the gun in vehicle mode to look right. But he has his Headmaster. It's intact. It's all good. What else? Everybody knows I like some GoBots and stuff. So I got a GoBot version, basically. And it just says GoBots laser gun. And on the front of it, it has the leaders of the factions of the GoBots on the front. And a little sticker. GoBots here. It does transform. The guy assured me if I put batteries in it, the lights and sounds work when you pull the trigger. This was awesome. Had to get this. I also got... I got the combining tape bots. Now, what's funny was when I was looking at them and he gave me a price, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll take them. And then I realized one of these was broken. I was like, do you have one of these that's not broken? And he did. And he was like, here, just swap it. Really? Yeah, just swap it. So I ended up going back to this guy a lot. So this is actually the same guy I bought this from and bought this from. I had also bought that, the G1, the Super Gen Ryan, whatever you want to call it, the Power Master Optimus Prime. So I just kept seeing this guy and kept buying things. So I bought those off of him, At one point, there was a booth that this guy had a lot of the G2 Transformer GoBots in the package. I'm going to take the price tag off of this. So when I bought my truck, I have a 2022 Ram 1500. It's blue. Beautiful blue. The blue sold me that truck. One of the first things I did, because I don't remember everything off the top of my head, was I looked up, like, what's a blue pickup truck transformer? And it came up with Motor Mouth. It was a G2 little, I don't know if he's a Dodge, Chevy, whatever, but he's a little G2 little pickup truck. So the Wi-Fi in my truck is called Motor Mouth, because my truck has its own Wi-Fi. And I found on card, new mint, never been opened, the card is in good shape, Autobot Motor Mouth. So I'm going to somehow figure out how to mount this in something, because that's kind of special to me. Motor Mouth. The name of my truck is Motor Mouth. I got some GoBots. I finally found me one of these that's not broken. The same guy, you can tell he hadn't sold any GoBots because he had GoBots in this little bin. And that bin was, like, another bin was on top of it for other stuff. And when I pulled that bin off, it was perfectly shaped. Like, all of these were in bags, and it was just perfectly shaped to the bin above it. So I did get this, too. This was like $5. It was in a bag and, like, stapled shut, so you couldn't really pull it out of the bag and look at it. I probably wouldn't have paid $5 for him. He's broken. I might try to fix him for robot mode. I may not. But the truck is fine. I also got... Oh, yeah. Back to the same guy again. He got more of my money than anybody, I think. I went and I saw... I was over there with Patriot Prime, and he was looking at stuff. And I saw this guy. It's a GoBot. And he is a beautiful, mostly metal, black Apache helicopter. I was like, I gotta have that. That's really cool. Now, I bought a lot of stuff from this guy. And then I see something. And the itch in the back of my brain that says, that is so weird, it's cool. I had to buy this. Now, he gave me a good deal on this because I'd already spent a lot of money with him. But this monstrosity is by far one of the coolest KO monstrosities I have ever seen. Do you see this? Do you see? There are two different Voltrons in here. It's got Lion Voltron legs. It's got Vehicle Voltron arms. And even on the back, it's got some of the Vehicle Voltron. I don't know what this backpack does. It's just cool. The body is molded somewhat after the GoBot combining thing that is, they're all power suits. He's got he's got Omega Supreme's head. And he's got these little light up things. And apparently there's sparks. And it walks. And it works. This thing is awesome. I looked it up. It was made by a Chinese company, or Japanese company, whatever, in 1985. And it is exactly that. It's a mix-mash kibble of a bunch of different things, a bunch of different lines, all slammed together to make this damn thing. And I need that. Like, that is the kind of stuff I love. Like, I've got the Thomas the Tank Engine combiner. I've got two of them. This is going next to that. This is in my special place for just off-the-wall weird things. I'm a little afraid to mess with him because he was not cheap. And then I looked up what he would be if I had like only a couple extra things. He would be very expensive. And as much as I really don't care about the money part, because I mean he is kind of broken too. But I love this. I love weird shit. This. I want to say, am I right? Am I right? Is that all I bought? I think that's all I bought. I'm 99% sure that's all I bought. Oh, wait, no. There's one last thing. I also stopped by the non-F booth, and I got the Chrome Dome upgrade kit for this. He's got the 3-finger hands. He's got gap filler, this head. You could also get the stickers from Toy Hacks for his head, so I got the stickers too. To have a Chrome Dome, and I know that I even have the files that I can print a new head for him to make him Chrome Dome, but they were there. They looked really good. Help out a fellow creator. Really good. I talked to so many people, met so many people, had a lot of great conversations, met people I had only talked to maybe once, hung out with people that I'd never met, that I met now. Met a lot of really great people, hung out with a lot of great people. We did that live stream, if anybody caught the live stream. And I know this video is getting to be a little bit long, but this is a recap. So then, once I was finally done spending money, we went into the dealer, or the room for the panel. I did watch the third-party panel. Some interesting stuff coming out there. There's definitely some stuff I'm going to buy. And then they did the YouTuber panel. And it was from right to left. It was Rodimus Primal, buddy of mine. Patriot Prime, buddy of mine. Bolt Matrix, I've met him a couple times. Kato's Collection, buddy of mine. And Deluxe, buddy of mine. So it was kind of nice watching my friends up there. Even if I couldn't go. I was really glad they made the announcement about the toy drive. And it was nice seeing, Rodimus had that big box of stuff he gave Kato for the toy drive. That's awesome. There was a bunch of the TF1 toys that Hasbro had sent him, so he was pushing it. He was paying it forward. It's awesome. Did the third-party panel, hung out. Met some really cool people when we left. Took a lot of good, cool pictures. I didn't take any pictures. I think I took 2 pictures, and it was a couple of like cosplays that I was like, that is so, I need a picture of that. That's awesome. One of them was a girl that was dressed as a version of Skywarp. I love Skywarp. And another one was, I happened to be walking by, and I asked, this wasn't like everybody taking pictures thing. This was like she was standing there talking to somebody. I was like, can I please take your picture? Because one of my daughter's favorite Transformer is Shockwave, and she was in this really awesome Shockwave costume, and so I took her picture. She let me, I didn't take her picture. I asked if I could have a picture. She gave me a picture. I took pictures with people. I didn't really take any pictures of my own. I took a couple little short videos, which oddly didn't want to post, and like auto posted as private, so nobody saw them for like 2 hours, which is weird. Did that live stream, hung out with my friends. We did start having to kind of disperse on Sunday, so as we were all kind of leaving, getting on the road, and now I had probably just one of the shortest drives. I think somebody else had a little bit shorter drive than me. It's leaving that sucks. The leaving is the shitty part until we can talk again about everything that we did and everything that we saw. But it's the leaving that makes it the hardest, and it's bringing home this that I feel right now is not fun either. But I had a great time. Met a lot of really awesome people. If I met you, post a comment. If you bought something from my table of fire sale and you see this video, post a comment. If I gave you a sticker, post a comment. I try to give stickers to everybody. That's the last of that version of that sticker because I have fixed the logo since then, so I'm gonna have more stickers made. But yeah, throw a comment. If I talk to you, if we hung out, share a memory. If you didn't see me and you were there, why not? That reminds me, I also got a poster, a signed poster that's in another room. I'll have to do a different video about that. That's a little bit different. There's a little bit different story to that. But yeah, post a comment, like the video, share the video, help me out. I think it's time I start taking this a little bit more seriously. I joke about like nobody knows who I am, and that's fine with me. But like I'm still under like 600. It would be nice to hit 1,000 because as I make everybody our Con Bros mediocre YouTuber things for our little friend group, I don't think I really count. Like, I've been doing this, making videos since, like, what, 2017? And I think I have the same, if not more, like, Facebook followers as I do YouTube video followers, YouTube subscribers. It would be nice. So help brother out. Share this out. It's long. I'm sorry. Not really a room for edits. I talk. But that's it. So look out for more videos. I'm going to do videos on some of the stuff I bought. Probably. Especially that guy. Because this thing is awesome. I got to figure out how to make him work. So yeah. All right. Love you. Bye.